What is good, people? We are back. New year, new great adventures going on. Another episode of Real Talk with Marcus McCoy. Of course, I'm your host, Marcus McCoy. I want to wish you all. I know we're already in the new year, but we're happy New Year again. We're in the year 2024. Hey, look, I just had a birthday. We got a lot to unpack today. Got a great show for you all. You know that everybody's listening. I feel like I'm blessed to have like this once in a lifetime opportunity to have the first ever other Mississippian on my podcast. So I am definitely excited about that. This woman truly needs no introduction, but I'm gonna go ahead and introduce her. She was just a contestant on the season of Hell's Kitchen that is currently going on. Her name is Chef Raneisha Conerly. Welcome to the show.
I had to unmute my mic. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's Chef Raneisha. Everybody want to put their Ray there, but it's Raneisha. It's all good. We country.
I'm sorry.
It's
okay. Yeah. Tell the listeners about yourself.
Well, I'm Raneisha Conerly. I am born and raised in Foxworth, Mississippi. I currently reside in Columbia, which is just across the river. So an Alkanite, Sounds of Dynamite member, Beta Biological Honor Society, biology major, culinary school graduate, so much, mother of 4, just turned 40. I love everything culinary. I've been doing this about 10 years now, private chef services and catering, and it led me to the show.
That is awesome. So look, you said you played in the band at Alcorn?
I did. I was a Griff kid. I played the trumpet.
Oh man, look. I played the trumpet in high school. Look, see how
come on, Scream Team.
Yeah, we already hey, look, there's no real music without the brass.
Man, you better say that one more time for the people that missing in the back. Do you hear me?
You know, you got people over here want to play drums. Man, that ain't real music. You need.
Nah, it was always the ones for me. They want to be woodwind. Girl, you need to get a clarinet for what? I don't know. I don't want to do all that. I need to make some noise. So
yeah, absolutely, man. It's funny how you find out you have so many things in common, right?
Right.
So, first question. Obviously, you're on the show, and obviously, I understand there's certain things you can talk about, you can't talk about, right? But before we dive into that, I want to ask you, where does your love of cooking come from?
Oh, that's awesome. Nobody really asks me that way. My grandmother. I told the story on the show, but I will tell you. My grandmother, Miss Warnella Neat Carter Odom. Everybody knows Miss Neat. She had 2 restaurants here in Marion County. And they kind of was juke joints too, but it was mainly her food. And it was just watching her as a child, like people bringing her like wild game. Like that was the thing that really got me. Like my grandma can really cook. Mm-hmm. People would bring her like coons and possums and squirrels and deer. And it's like watching her break them down and cook them was like a science. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was amazing. And it was just like always hearing people like, I'm gonna get Miss Neat to make this. I'm gonna get Miss Neat to make that. Then my mom, it started being, well, I'm gonna get El Marie. She's Evelyn Marie, but everybody calls her El Marie. And it's like, well, I'm gonna get El Marie to make this. And it's just like, I was just like immersed in cooking like all my life. Like literally my mother and her other 9 siblings, like it's 5 girls, 5 boys, right? Mm-hmm. All of them, like the boys are the bakers. That's the crazy part. Like boys are the bakers and the girls are like the chefs. But nobody did anything with it. Like my grandmother and her sister had these restaurants, and my grandmother's nieces and nephews, they can cook as well. Like we're a cooking family, but nobody ever did anything major in culinary. So now it's myself. I'm the chef, and I have a cousin. She's a patisserie, so she does a lot of confections and treats and cakes and stuff. So it's like we're the only 2, and it's our generation. So it was just like, man, somebody got to do something with it. And it was like, working in a pharmacy all those years was just not fulfilling at all. I've even tried to be a rapper. But
I tried to be a rapper back in the day too.
Yeah, I wanted to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? But it was like the thing that fulfilled me the most, even at Alcorn, I was cooking for people. Like I would be going to my 8 o'clock class, walking to the math and science building, putting on a crock pot of red beans. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, It was always there. But, I would say this, like, especially coming up 20 some odd years ago when we was in high school, nobody ever really told us that we could go to a Le Cordon Bleu or, a Culinary Institute of America and, stuff like that. So it was like, I look back on like, even with Alcorn, like that's one of my missions for my alma mater. Like we have to get a culinary program in a lot of these HBCUs, most definitely SWAC schools. You see what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
if somebody could have told me that 20 some odd years ago, imagine where my career could be. I probably would have been one of the judges on the show. You see what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
everything is a learning process, but it's always been in me. It'll never leave. Like if there's nothing else, no other way that I could make any kind of money, it's gonna be with some pots and pans. Seriously.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So look, we got a lot of we got people listening that, of course we both from the SIP, so we use words that they might not understand. So
Right.
could you tell them what a juke joint is? Because I guarantee somebody was like, oh look, right over the head, like what is she talking about?
So a juke joint, for those of you who maybe y'all watch The Color Purple, that's what Harpo built. A juke joint is not your typical club. It's not quite a club. It's not a pub. It's not a pool hall. It's like everything. It's like a restaurant, a nightclub, a pool hall, a gambling spot, a bootlegging spot. Like it's everything in one for us country people. It's the country folks club. How about that?
Yeah, look, see, hey, we're breaking some stuff down because somebody look.
Right.
Hey, so it might be some people in California, East Coast have no idea what that is. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to visit them. They still exist. Well, now they call them hole in the walls.
Yeah, hey, look, and nothing like a good hole in the wall. And hey, for those of you who don't know, if you go to Mississippi, we got a lot of them too.
And you gotta get you a fish sandwich and some French fries.
Yeah. So here's
I
another
said
thing.
a fish sandwich, not sandwich. You're gonna get you a fish sandwich and some French fries.
Hey, look, ain't nothing wrong with that. So I know you kind of mentioned when you got into the culinary world professionally, but like how long I know you you mentioned your grandma and your mom. Well, how long have you actually been cooking?
Let's see, it's 2024, 11 years now.
Okay.
As far as professional, 11 years now.
Okay. Now, my other question is because we always got we got to do some promo. The people that want to find you, taste some of that great food. I will be there in May. We talked about this. I'm coming down there. I'm coming
I got
to get
you.
some. Where can they find you on social media, things like that?
Okay, so on Facebook, it is chef_Raneisha. So basically what you see on the screen, just put an underscore in between, as well as Instagram. My Twitter is just combine it, Chef Raneisha. See, I'm not hard to find. Everything is Chef Raneisha.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to book me right now, my publicist is working on my site. So if you go to that chefraneisha.com, it's going to be, because we're updating, we have to put stuff on there from like the show and like recent events, and we're trying to do a calendar section so you can see when I'm booked. But right now, if you want to book me, it's chefraneisha@gmail.com. You can shoot me a DM. You can even text my phone, 601-740-0335. I am available, and yes, I do travel.
That's right. Talk to her. So what kind of dishes or kind of food do you cook? So people, maybe if because I know you said the website, you got some stuff going on, so they'll know. All right, look, if I want to go here, this is the type of food, that I can look forward to eating.
Mm-hmm.
I know you better have some cornbread, some candy yams.
Listen, so I am well versed in Southern fare. Yes, I am. Southern cuisine is my specialty. But I wanna merge that with fine dining. Like, I want to do something special with some pig feet, or a sweet potato pate or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like I want to elevate Southern cuisine. Like I don't want it to just be like you said with the cornbread. Let's do something else with that cornbread. Like, let's make some chipotle cornbread, or some dragon fruit cornbread. Like let's get outside the box with it. So for me, but my love is, and I know it's strange to a lot of people, is Italian. And that's because that was my very first fine dining job fresh out of culinary school. So Italian will always have a special place in my heart.
Okay. So definitely got to ask this question, because I know when people saw the title, you're a Hell's Kitchen contestant. I even thought this when I watched the show too. I just kind of wonder, like, what was that like in general, just being on Hell's Kitchen? Because I look, at some points it looked real stressful. I'm like, yeah, I see why. Look, I see why I can't be a chef because I don't know if I could have made the cut with some of that stuff that was going on. So like, how was that?
Honestly, look, let me see how to word this because I don't want anybody to watch this and get some sound bites, but I mean, I'm gonna tell.
Yeah. We definitely don't want that.
Right, but we're gonna tell the truth. Outside of the birth of my 4 children, that's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me so far. And I say that because faith, prayer, manifesting, whatever you want to, titles you want to call it, I just call it having a personal relationship with the Most High and speaking what you want. First of all, that's how I got there. I always said I was going to meet Gordon Ramsay. I'm going to work with him. I'm one of those. I'm not going to work for you. I'm going to work with you though. So I was always like, I'm going to work with that man. I'm going to meet him. And one day, August the 30th, 2021, scrolling through Twitter, and it was a flyer said, do you think you have what it takes to make Hell's Kitchen? My mind said, heck yeah. You know what I'm saying? The other word, but I said, heck yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I clicked the link. I applied, and it was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? You're looking around at your counterparts. I didn't know who anybody else was, but it's just, just looking at how other people like the seasons and, the prior contestants. I'm like, man, I hope I match up like they do, and after a strenuous process, like almost a year, I was picked. So with my experience, like I said, I said all that to lead up to this. The best thing that ever happened to me since my 4 children, because I learned so much. First of all, I got to meet 17 different individuals that I would have never met in life. Like I would have never known anything about these people unless, they reached whatever plateau they're going to reach in life, because we're all trying to reach a plateau. But to actually have personal conversations with him, like it's a lot of things that y'all didn't see during my 7 episodes, my 10-year on there. But he and I had a lot of private conversations. Like it's one, I hope it comes out on the uncuts, where we literally he called me, how he said, come in 30 seconds. He give you your 30. He gave me a 30. And it was like some of the most encouraging thing. Like I really felt like I was talking to my dad, God rest his soul. He passed away before he could watch the show.
Sorry,
but it was one of those things, like, it was almost like my dad reincarnated, like to hear him saying, I'm proud of you and keep going and do this this way and do that way. And I want to see you in this competition. Like that was probably like the best. And then the reward we won with him, was able to go on a date. Like that was cool. And then, for him to talk to us, like a lot of that table scene, we had long conversations. You see what I'm saying? They just had to cut it, so, but other than that, man, like the things I've learned and like the people I met. And then, like I said, it's Gordon Ramsay. Like, first of all, he is the standard. Like right now, as far as our generation, that's the chef. Like if you speak of chef, the first person you're probably going to think about is Gordon Ramsay, and then probably a few other of his counterparts. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to think Gordon Ramsay first. So to meet somebody like that people have to pay thousands of dollars and millions of dollars to get close to, and I did it for free. So yeah, it was awesome. And we got paid for it too, but I'm saying did it for free. Like I didn't have to pay anything. All I had to do was get on the plane and go to Burbank, and it was over with. So
yeah.
it was nice though. It was, I'm ready. Ask my questions.
You see, I had to duck out real fast. My doggone power over here acting funny, man. Look, God trying to look. Like, hey, God, we're gonna be great today. Devil ain't gonna. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, we were big fans.
Trying to steal our thunder, right? We ain't
We
gonna let
were
that happen. So, the other question is, all right. So, how has life been since you were on the show? Like, kind of a before and after, if you will.
Before the show, I was really, really trying to make my way in the world. And I don't like to use the word try, because try just sounds like you've done everything you could possibly do.
Mm-hmm.
But before the show, I was really trying to find myself. Now that I'm on the show, it's surreal. Like, you can't go in the grocery store. I seen your episode. I saw you on the show. I'm so proud of you, blah blah. Before it was, hey, I just wish somebody would book me. Now it's
Mhm.
like, okay, I got to control all these bookings because I'm getting them. Are they just wanting to speak with me because of the show, or are they really inquiring, like really want to book with me? But I have had an influx of like inquiries these days. A lot of like this interviews, like this is just so dope. Like I'm now collecting interviews, so that's cool to me. Being etched in TV history, like people can literally go and binge watch me now. Like you can go back and see my episodes. Like even I still haven't actually watched myself. Because it's kind of still hard. It's almost like PTSD in a sense. Like you kind of relive stuff that you went through because
Mhm.
what y'all don't understand is that was 18 hours of filming a day. Like we literally wake up at like 5, 6 in the morning, and it's probably like 10 o'clock at night before we even get back in the dorms, and then you still gotta wait because you have to go to confessionals. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times if I looked tired or drunk or something like that, I was tired. Like we could not drink or nothing like that on the set.
All
So a
right.
lot of times if we look like this or something like that on the set, we are tired. Like literally, we are worn out because they probably told us, "Hey, we finna do this again," or you
Mhm.
know, we got to run this again. So the afterwards, also I'm still kind of paranoid sometimes because everything was mic'd up. Like we were always mic'd up, and there's a camera everywhere you turn. Like you could be fixing your hair in the mirror and then look through there and there's somebody sitting back there like this.
Mhm.
Like so it's like now it's the breaking yourself down from not, watching. You have to watch what you say, or you might be like, is that a camera over there or something? Or is somebody
Yeah.
watching me? So a lot of us are kind of suffering that form of PTSD. And it's funny to us, but it's serious, like, because you got programmed like that. Like there was weeks that we were there, and it's like
Mhm.
anything you do or say, it's recorded. Like you could literally pass gas and they're like, yeah, we heard that. And we're like, oh, or you could be sitting there and you might cover your mic up and you'll hear something here over the intercom. Raneisha, we can't hear you. Uncover your mic, So it's like,
All right.
you're used to doing your clothes like this, make sure, So it's a lot, but I mean, I would say it's probably it's the for the most part, it's been a fun ride. I've been invited to like VIP events for Hell's Kitchen now. Like we went and opened Hell's Kitchen Miami. Like so, it's just
That's dope.
yeah, it has its perks and just the reception that I've been getting from people. I know that this show isn't the end for me. Like I've had a few people reaching out like, hey, I think you need to, I got a script, or I think you should be doing a treatment for a show. You look like you should have your own show. So that part has been really cool. Like to I mean, I know I want to be recognized for my culinary skills, but it's really dope for people to, be talking about, hey, we want to see you on TV all the time, or have people tell you, oh, we start watching the show because you're not on there anymore.
Man,
So
look,
like
you remember that's when me and you talked. That's one of the first things I said to you,
you
like,
did
hey,
say that.
hey, once you came off, man, I
You
can't
said
do it.
that.
Cause we built. It's almost like it's like when you watch like when you grow up, you got your childhood movies that you watch, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
that person die off the show. Like I use a prime example. This is not a childhood thing, but like when Ghost got killed on Power, right? I couldn't watch it no more, and then
I
I
feel
hated
that.
Tyreek Guts from then on out. Like
Couldn't
even the
stand
real
it.
person, like I can't stand the guy.
I
So
wanted to
it's
go
kind
with him. I really did. I wanted to go get my belt on him. Like, why you do that to your daddy? It was
yeah.
so disrespectful.
Super disrespectful. So it's the same thing. And then one of the other things I mentioned to you when I first had the conversation with you was that I was just like you made me. I'm always proud to be a Mississippian, right? But so,
Mhm.
you made me extra proud to be a Mississippian because I like you talking about these spaces that especially people of color, um, and then no disrespect, but then you do have the dynamic of being a woman, which sometimes people make challenging for you, right? And you got to be in that space where like I mean I looked at the figures that Gordon Ramsay, like the actual Hell's Kitchen, makes like a year. It's ridiculous, right? So we know that the influence of having the experience, like you mentioned before, in a sense, is priceless. So when I
Mhm.
see you, it makes me look at my daughter and say, well, you know what, hey, Nisha did it, so you could do it. And what my hope is that by you being, on Hell's Kitchen, by you being having your own platform and being on these other platforms that people look at you, especially young black women, look at you as an example as okay, you know what? It's almost like the vice president, right? We had never
Mhm.
had a woman that was a vice president before. We had never had a minority woman that was a vice president. We got all of them at the same time.
Correct.
Uh, so I thought that was really dope. And then the other thing is I would say is me and you talked about this. It's kind of like I hate to use the word validation because I really don't like that word, but
Either.
I feel like in a sense, sometimes as black people, we have to go and do something that I guess somebody else deems a level of validation before people start to take us serious before for the things that we have already been doing for years. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like, how you feel about that?
Well, first of all, I'm one of the living testaments of that because, like I said, I've been cooking professionally for almost 11. It'll be 11 years in October, right? And it's amazing how you're doing this and you're putting yourself out there. You're advertising. You're steady elevating your craft, and nobody's really taking you seriously. Like I've had so many people since this show, like, oh, I didn't even know you cook, and I'm like, are you serious? Like I used to go live. Like I had virtual culinary classes and you know like I post pictures of me catering events. Like how did you not know? But now it's like being on this show is, oh, she can cook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay didn't say anything bad about her on the show, so it's like I don't really like the thing clout, but it's like a lot of my clout has elevated because of this show, which it's bittersweet for me because I knew what was coming with it. I mean, for one, you're on TV. Like this is not, your local cable network or something. Like, no, this is Fox. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
ITV America. This is Gordon Ramsay America. You see what I'm saying? So of course you know that clout was gonna be there. But to actually live it, that's why I say it's bittersweet because it's like, yay, but at the same time, it's like, so y'all really didn't take me seriously. Like this is really real. Like you don't get the support that you're looking for until other people start supporting you. So for the validation thing, I agree with you. I don't like that word. I don't like that action, but
Mm-hmm.
it's actually life. Like that is literally how our life goes. Like that's even with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm on your platform. Now that's people seeing me live on all these different platforms at one time simultaneously. And now it's like, oh, she cooks, huh? Chef Raneisha. You see what I'm saying? So, but that's still a point of validation, but at the same time, it's life, and we have to take what we got and roll with it. I mean, I don't like it, just like you don't like it. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, when you got the opportunities, you just got to take those opportunities. Just the thing is, don't bank on it. Don't let that be your ascension is off validation and off clout. Like let your ascension be because, hey, I'm showing you who I am and I'm showing you what I can do and I'm showing you my worth. You know what I'm saying? If you could either take it or leave it. That's why a lot of times I don't get upset if I don't get the amount of bookings I want or something like that, because it's like, hey, all this is a stepping stone. All this is it's building because I'm somewhere I've never been before. Like I used to always call myself a celebrity chef, but now I'm actually a celebrity chef. You see what I'm saying? Like people know who I am. So it's one of them, like you have to take it and roll with it. Like I'm steadily ascending. Like I said before, I was just a chef. I was just cooking for a few baby showers and birthday parties and stuff. You know what I'm saying? To where I elevated to where now I'm doing receptions and business luncheons and family gatherings. And then now I've elevated to where, hey, I'm on TV cooking for millions of people. And those people are actually dining in that restaurant too. Like Hell's Kitchen that's literally the restaurant. It's just the thing with that is you're on a waiting list. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
even those celebrities, like they pick those people. Like you're gonna eat in there. Yeah, you're dining there, but it's like a super reserved list. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like to keep elevating to that point. Like my goal was I wanted to be the personal chef for the governor, the governor, the candidate for governor for Mississippi, Brandon Presley. So I'm still trying to get him. But that's the level I'm on. Like I want to be like Obama chef. You have stories written about you
Mm-hmm.
and people know who you are. Like that's the level I want to be on. Like before I leave this earth, I need at least a billion of them 3 point something billion people to be to eat my food.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, if you listening, hey, you need to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead and make that happen.
All right.
Let me see. Let's go to I'm trying to bring up the Monica Tucker comment about can you bring up the comment about the last comment from Monica Tucker? Put it on the screen by chance. Okay, here we go. Monica Tucker says, "We are proud of you and look forward to seeing you on your own show." Yeah, we're gonna speak that into existence.
I received that. Amen. 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 I am working on a show. Like someone told me that I should start writing my own treatment. You know, it was like, go ahead and have your stuff together. So if you ever want to shop it around to somebody, you don't have to wait, you know, they don't have to be developing it for you. So I'm really the concept I want to go with is that Southern girl, you know, showcase a lot of other people too, because I mean, shout out to season 12 contestant Keisha. Like I know she's watching. She's the reason why I got on this show. She's from North Mississippi, right?
Okay.
So it was just everything about her, like the country slang and the, you know, she hadn't even been to culinary school and she got a black jacket. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that was my aspiration. I didn't get a black jacket, but I was there, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
it's just people like that, you know, and then there's other talented chefs, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do too much name dropping, but just know Mississippi got something to say and we got some talent here and we really need to showcase that. Like we really need to be having culinary competitions and festivals and, you know, associations. So that's one thing. That's one of those things under my hat that I'm working on. But I thank you, Miss Monica. I want my own show too.
Hey, look, and when you get it, hey, don't get it. Let me come on
I'm
there.
gonna bring you
Now,
out there. Like
I look, now I look, my field ain't on the culinary world, so I can't. I
but
get
you journalism, so I'll need somebody like you. It could be like a co-host or something.
I can get on there and tell you how it tastes. Oh, it's excellent. It's the best food I've ever had. I can get on. I can get on there and do that, but that's the extent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh man, I'm really enjoying this conversation. This is dope. All right, so you already told people about social media. I got it. I must give a shout out to some other great podcasters, hosts that are under the Black El Paso Voice banner that I am actually under. I want to give a shout out to my brother Ryan Adams. He has a new podcast entitled Beware of the Day. So I need you guys to check that out. Of course, you know, we have Sweet 915. That's Curtis and Fedora. They are definitely putting on great content. So I want you to go check them out as well. So now there's another thing me and you talked about. Now this is a little funny one, but
Come
all right.
on.
So you know we talked the other day. We talked about the whole Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. Now, right now, you know I told you I'm not a big proponent of. I don't like drama, right?
I don't
Uh,
either.
and granted, you know what I'm saying. Obviously, everybody's gonna have opinion about it. And I guess I just want to talk about it because a lot of people have been asking me about it. And if you look at like the level of viewership that particular that episode is getting, I
Man,
looked
it's
at it last night.
hours.
Yeah, it was like 32 million views.
I know
Then
when I looked, it was 24 hours. It was about 5 million views. I know it was in the millions though. And I was like, dang, in 24 hours, this man done got millions of
so
views, like the most views he's ever gotten on that show.
it's crazy. And then if you look at it, you look at how it translates to other shows who are now covering that particular segment of that show. You know,
True.
300,000. I'm talking about shows that probably a person wouldn't, I guess, naturally watch, but because of that type of content, you know, now people are starting to tune in. So these are
It's on
my
every
thoughts.
blog.
Yeah, so these are my thoughts, and I want you to give you a thought. These are my thoughts. I feel like
Okay.
everybody's entitled to say whatever it is they want to say, right? I'm not him,
Facts.
so I don't know if it's true, false, right, wrong, indifferent. I don't know. I was not there, right? The only
Facts.
thing, and I wouldn't even say I have a problem with, the only thing that I guess I think about is what does that look like when we on a public platform can be viewed as maybe we are attacking each other. And when I say we, for the people that's listening, I'm talking about black people. So
Right.
I want to be clear so nobody misinterprets what I'm saying. I
Mm.
think that's the major thing I think about it. Because I mean, again, the guy he is one of the great comedians of this time. Those are facts. We cannot dispute that. Like
Will not dispute it. Not up for debate.
Cat Williams. I just look at Cat Williams and start laughing. You know somebody funny when you just look at him and they ain't even said nothing yet.
Or
And
you
you
can
just
hear his voice as soon as you look at him. You already know he's finna say something. Like you ready for it? Yes.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm all for truth. Let me get that straight. I'm all for, how can I say this? Exercising your right of freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, who are we to say if what he's saying is a lie? Who are we to say if what he's saying is the truth? We don't know. For one, let's break it down like a fraction. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are on a different tax bracket than us. So we don't know what they do at their parties, their private conversations. We don't know, because a lot of us, which we're all aspiring to be on that level, but a lot of us will never get in the room with some of those people. So for us to say that he's lying, we really can't say that. You know what I'm saying? For us to say he's telling the truth, we really can't say that. Now, if you really look at a lot of what he said, a lot of it lined up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be honest. Like, a lot of it lined up. Like, I'll just say it like this, because I don't want to offend anybody, because I'm a liaison for everybody. I believe in equality, right? The dress situation. When you look at that, it lines up, because once all those people he named exhibited that behavior, look at their career. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or even with how he said about the clique part. If you look at the clique, the members of the clique that he named, those are the mainstream comedians right now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things that he said, it lined up. But at the same time, who are we to say if he's telling the truth or if he's lying? Like, all we could do is just watch the interview and listen to what he had to say. I mean, I'm still kind of stuck on that. You got in college at 7 years old, but you chose to be a comedian. I mean, I'm just saying, if you let me see, look, okay, look, because we're parents, right?
Yeah.
If our child got in college at 7 years old, do you know what we'll have going on right now? If, like, he's a 50-year-old man, so for the last 43 years, you see what I'm saying? Like, you got in college at 7 years old, baby. The last 43 years of your life, you should have been some rocket scientist, Nobel Peace Prize winning, Mensa and what's the rest of them up there in Massachusetts? All of them, you should have been on them boards by now, baby. You should have been like the president of Harvard or something. MIT. That's what I was looking for. Like, why aren't you teaching at MIT or something? You see what I'm saying? Like, these predominant educational schools. So for you to be, and then you said you read 3,000 books a year.
That's a lot of books.
That's a lot of books to be a child. And I'm talking about, if you read that many books, that means you was See Spot Run, Jane Goes Fast. Like, it had to be them kind of books. There's no way you had the mental capacity as a child to read 3,000 books and then sit there and say, okay, the longest book I've ever read was Gone with the Wind, right? That was like, what, almost 2,000 pages or something like that. You feel me? And I read that at like 13 years old. It took me 3 months to read that book. And I was an avid reader, got all the AR points, stayed getting the bucket ribbons and the pens and go get my free pizzas. Like, I was pretty much one of the top readers in my class. And that's fact checksual. You can go check that. But I was nowhere near 3,000 books a year. You see what I'm saying? Like, maybe 300, about a book a week. But 3,000 books, come on, Cat. Like, that is Captain Kirk. Like, that is beyond Cap. That is Captain Spot. That is Captain Crunch, sir. Cat
is capping.
Cat is capping. He is baseball capping. He is fitted capping, because there is no way you read 3,000 books. We are adults, and we have not read 3,000 books in a year. Even if it's an audio book, you still ain't read 3,000 books in a year. Now, did I feel sorry for Shannon? Because Shannon was blindsided. Like, Shannon got punched upside the head that day, because Shannon was not expecting that. And you can tell that's why he was sipping his cognac that he was trying to sell.
He's getting a lot of backlash too. He's getting, I watched some of those videos. People are saying, well, you know what, you shouldn't have, when you seen them kind of, drifting off, you should have caught them. But some of the things that Shannon said, there's a lot of, it's always somebody who doesn't do this for a living or has like that always has like the right smart answer. One thing that you don't want to do, and Shannon said is like his podcast is a safe space, right? Where you're
Right.
supposed to be able to come tell your story, your truth, whatever, right? It is really
Right.
disrespectful to constantly cut somebody off after you ask them a question and they want to talk and then you talk over them.
Or it's disrespectful if you tell somebody this is a safe space for you to come over here and speak, and then I tell you what you can say, or I mute you.
True.
So I stand with Shannon on letting that man say what he had to say, simply because how could you bring me on your show and say, oh, this is a safe space? You see what I'm saying? But then tell me, oh no, but don't you say that.
Yeah.
So I applaud Shannon for letting that man speak for 2.5 hours. Seriously, like that
It
was
was
really
legit. It was a legit 2.5 hours.
very much so. That we all watched.
Oh yeah, look, I think that's the most cognac I've ever seen. Look, let me see what came out. Look, first of all, I said I don't ever seen, and then I was like, I've ever seen. That I've ever seen.
I don't say nothing, but I heard you. But you know,
that's the most I've seen him drink on his show, because you could tell he was kind of taken back by it, like, oh, you know what? Oh yeah, cat is, and like he said, some of those guys in a follow-on interview, he said that a lot of those guys that Cat mentioned, he has relationships with, right? So then it's like you're in the middle. You are a professional, well, he calls himself a conversationalist.
right.
So you want to have a great conversation, but then at the same time, you're loyal. You have friends with some of these individuals that Cat Williams is talking about. So it kind of, in a sense, it puts you in the middle. But now on the flip side of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that's always weird for me too is it always seems like it's something controversial that get a lot of views. But a person can go right now and donate, $200 million to a homeless shelter. Go save.
Did you post it? Why you got to show it?
Yeah, it'll get 2 views. You know what I'm saying? The person who posted it and one person they sent it to. I've never understood that. It's almost like I won't say misery love company, but that's one of those things I don't know. I can't get down with it because again,
funny.
Oh, go ahead.
I did an experiment on my page one time. I created some fake beef, right? Like I was really just into it with somebody, right? I mean, you follow me, so you know I'm a comedian too. In my spare time, I do post a lot of funny things. But I created some fake beef one day just to see how people do, right? And I eventually deleted it or whatever. But it was just like I was really on there just arguing with somebody, like, and I was really talking to myself. But you would be surprised that day. It was like 100 and something comments, like the reactions. And it was just like, so you mean to tell me if I post mess, y'all will pay attention? But if I'm on here posting like, hey, I got this event going up, blah, 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 blah. Like you said, it'll be probably me and the person that, we're going to have those people like you and I support each other. So you're going to have those people that, hey, it's on my timeline. I'm going to share it. I may not be, patronizing them, or I may not be attending the event, but I'm going to share it anyways. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But you have those people that if it's not mess, they don't get involved in it. So I'm not surprised that this, a lot of these blog sites and, Shannon Sharp sold a lot of his cognac and all that stuff behind this because people love a mess. Like they really think about it. Rihanna has been making millions and billions off Fenty, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't really hear about that. But let her get pregnant again, or ASAP Rocky is cheating on her or something like that. Oh God, we'll hear about that all week. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those, like, people just love a mess. And I don't know why this is the culture now, but if it's positive, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's one of them, like you said, somebody can go donate $200 million and, record them. Well, why you had to record your giving? Why you couldn't give in silence?
Yeah, you ain't give out the goodness of your heart because you want somebody else to see it.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're on here like, yeah, Heifer, I know you sleeping with my man. Let me post all the text messages. Those are the people you should be saying, hey, why are you posting it? Why are you?
Don't share that. No, that's private.
Like that's private, but that'll get shared. Like I've noticed it's an influx of these so-called exposing pages. And I've seen so many people that have flocked to these pages just to sit there and find out somebody else's business, who picture they posting, what profile they talk about now, who cheating on whom. But you don't flock that much to support your friend's business. Like your friend is selling beads on the side of the road, and all your friend asks you to do is just share my post. But no, you'll be on that, oh girl, y'all go over here to such a page. She just said, oh girl, man is gay. Or go over to the old boy page. He just exposed his old lady with her best friend.
Yeah. Now look, now you just bring me to this other point because you know what I'm saying this is called real talk, Marcus, of course. So the only thing I know how to do is keep it a book.
Same.
Why is it? Why? And then you said you just look. I say this all the time, but I'm gonna just repeat it. So we talking about friends. I'm talking about people you actually like legitimate know, and your family. Now look in both of our industries in business in general, right? It seems sometimes that it seems to be easier to get support from strangers than it is people that you know. Like you just mentioned, you might not patronize the person's business, right? You might be in a, like prime example, me and you in Mississippi, I'm in Texas, right? All right, but you still share the content. I still share your content. I still comment on it. You know what I'm saying? That only takes time, right? It does not require any money, right?
Not one penny.
But I know we both have probably had this situation where you're like, hey man, I just want you to, hey, bro, I just need you to share the page. Hey, look, I just need you to hit the button and say subscribe. That look costs you no money. All you gotta do is hit subscribe. Hey, tell a friend about it. But it's like pulling teeth sometimes when you ask people to do. But that's your friend, that's your family. But it's killing you. I still got. I mean, dudes I graduated from high school with, 20 plus years ago, and I've been telling them about the page. I'm not calling y'all out because everybody don't know what high school I went to either. So that's another side of it.
Right. You see,
I went to 2 different high schools. But what I'm saying is I feel like we need and I'm putting myself in this category because I am, part of this equation. I just feel like we just need to do a better job of supporting, getting behind positive things. Let that negative stuff slide to the back because there'll always be room for negativity because people just are made that way. Something could be great and we'll make it negative. So for the folks that are listening, you know what I'm saying, to the show, I'm asking if you are not already subscribed to either of our platforms, will you subscribe now, right now? All you got,
hey, while you looking, go click our names because I know we live everywhere. Go click on us.
That's all you got to do. But
like you were saying about the strangers, right? I've had people who literally, and I'm not gonna say y'all name because I know they're watching. Not gonna say y'all name, but y'all know who y'all are. I've had people who literally don't even live here. Like when I was, when I sell my food. And soon as I post a flyer, like, hey, I'm gonna be selling lunches today, Well, check your cash app. I know I'm not down there, but hey, I'll buy somebody else a plate. Just give it to who you feel like you want to give it to. But here you go, I'm supporting you. I got this event coming up on the 28th, right, in Hattiesburg. It's in Hattiesburg. That's 30 minutes away from where I live. Why hasn't Columbia, if nobody else, Columbia and Foxworth should have sold that event out right there just because it's like, hey, our hometown girl. Because if you think about it, 50 to 100 seats aren't really, that's not a lot of tickets. You see what I'm saying? Like we've been to the clubs in college. You could easily pack a club with 200-300 people. You see what I'm saying? So 50 to 100 tickets ain't that bad. But excuse me, that's how it goes. I'm not going to be bitter about it, but I just had to add that point since you asked. Majority of my support, honestly, my bookings, anything are people that don't know me. You know how many inquiries I get say, oh, I saw you on Google, or I saw you on Facebook, or now with the show, I saw you on Hell's Kitchen. You see what I'm saying? And it's people that know me, like see me every day. And it's like, oh, well, no, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll find a reason. Well, that picture didn't look right, or this and that. And one thing about me, I'm not a food stylist. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on my plating game. I mean, if it's something I don't know, I work on it. Like if I could show you, screen share my MacBook, like behind this interview, I got cookbooks pulled up because I'm working on things. You see what I'm saying? So I'm always perfecting myself, but it's always that the support you look for is never the support you're gonna get. And if I could share with the audience this, let me tell you something. The people you are looking for to support you, stop. Don't. Because those are the people that, how we said that in the earlier part of this conversation, they come with validation. They come with clout. Those are the ones that come when, hey, when you make it, now they're supporting you because you've made it. You know what I'm saying? But you always have to acknowledge those people that was there when you were a nobody. You see what I'm saying? When you were selling out of styrofoam plates. I'm just speaking on the culinary side. Like when you was selling out of white styrofoam plates, or cooking out your kitchen at your house, just trying to feed your family. Those are the people, that's your support, and those are the people that you always look for, because those are the people who are going to elevate you to where you want to be. Those that you're looking for, that brother, sister, even your parents. I can't say that about mine because I have to cook for them every time they see me. Like, they literally go buy the stuff and be like, well, my mom will be like, I went to the store and bought such. You just come over here and cook it for us. You see what I'm saying? But it's the point of, I want to leave this with y'all on this point. Stop looking for people to support you. And when I say stop looking, it's the ones that you want to support you. Like you said, those homies from school, those best girlfriends that was, stayed on the hall with you in college and this and that. Cut them out of your cut them out of your exploration. Like, don't even wander on that side to look for their support. You need to either stay this way or go another way, because those are the people that are going to support you. And first of all, believe in you first. Like, if you don't stand behind your product, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to support you anyway. So first of all, be your biggest supporter. Like, I'm one of those people. I don't care if I get one like. You can't tell me that ain't 1 million.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, that's just how I rock. Like, a lot of times you'll probably think I'm around here global superstar, and I'm just a regular local joker. But that's not the way I operate. That's not the way I carry myself. When I'm out in the public, I see people. Oh, I saw you on the show. Oh my God, thank you. That means so much to me. You want to take a picture? You want my autograph?
And you're supposed to be, and I feel like a lot of that is learning. You have to be humble. Like, I'm humbled by a lot of different things, right? I told you when we first talked on the phone, I was humbled by the fact that you agreed just to come on here and do it. Because again, one, for what you have been able to accomplish in this past year and what you'll continue to accomplish. And then two, you're from Mississippi. Like I said, first person I've ever had other than me. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Look, and it could just be my thing. And look, we have put on for Mississippi in this last year or so. Well, more than that, actually. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying. Like, look, I'm gonna tell you what I thought about before we got on here. You know that song, I'm from Mississippi, Rich Fly Double?
Yeah.
Look.
Crickle-letter, humpback.
Look, I'm playing. Look, I played that before we got on. I was like, yeah. Look, I was in the car this morning. I was like, yeah. You know what time it is, baby.
I'm telling you, listen. Look, I played that song. That's crazy that you bring that up. And I played the Kamikaze and David Banner them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
whole time I'm going to California, right? That's what's in my AirPods. I'm from the L. I crickle-letter, I crickle-letter, I humpback, I. That's all. That was like my whole mentality. Like, yo, Mississippi is on the way to California, and y'all get ready. Like, even in my interviews, like, I think that's what sold them. Like, we had to meet with the executives of Fox and everything. Like, it was a process. Like, I think I can speak on that part now. It was a process. Like, we had to. How many Zooms? Like, it was at one point, Marcus, I hated Zoom. Because it was like I had a Zoom every day. Like, we got to get on there and cook in front of y'all. We got to give y'all personality every day. How your hair gonna look, what your makeup gonna look like, what you're wearing. Like, I hated Zoom for a while. You know what I'm saying? But the whole time, I wasn't realizing, like, that is what was selling these people. They love us country folks. They love it. Like, when people want to get up there and be like, oh my God, no, baby, they love when we up here like, I'm finna go. And you see what I was like? She was like, your background, like, I'm fixing it. Like, they liked it. Like,
they do.
They
but you know what? It's funny you say that. I had a conversation. Man, look, we'll mess around and be on this mug. Now I'm playing. Hey, I had a conversation with somebody, like, when I first started doing this podcasting. And obviously, if we want to, obviously we can articulate our words. We both have a college background, educated. But somebody told me they were like, you know, at the end of the day, people respect organicness. They expect you being real. At the end of the day, we still are both from Mississippi.
We
So,
are.
and I know you probably feel the same way. I carry that with me everywhere. If you don't know anything else about me, you're gonna look. I'm gonna say how you gonna know I'm from the city. And then I'm gonna hit you with a, you know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
So I think like you said, people they like to say, oh, you know, oh man, their country. Now I tell people all the time, now look, and you might have your own opinion about it. This one we might disagree about. I'm from
Well,
Jackson. I'm from the city. Ain't
you
nothing
now?
country. I'm from the city. Jackson is not country. Do I
No.
have some? Do I have some country ways in me? Yes. My mom is from Fayette, Mississippi, and my dad is from the Delta.
Say it one more time. Your mama from well?
Fayette, Mississippi.
Fed. Nobody says Fayette. They say Fed. No, I was like,
Yeah.
say it.
So yes, we definitely have these mannerisms, and but I feel like also that those mannerisms and stuff like that's what makes us unique because
Yes.
I'm not built like everybody else, and I'm like this. I'm not trying to be you. I'm not trying to be him, her. I'm trying to be Marcus because that's the only person I care about being. That's the person I've been for now. Now, thank you, guy. 41 years. My birthday was last week. I've been this way for 41 years.
40 for me.
Yeah, and I'm not changing up because being me ultimately is you know what's got me here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So before we get out of here, I definitely got to ask this question. Um, what's something that you wanna leave the listeners with before we get out of here?
Well, for one, book me.
That
Two,
part.
book me. Three, book me and book Marcus. But no, and in all seriousness, I like I wrap up all the other ones I've been doing. This has been so dope. Like I've been doing interviews, like you know. But
But you
I would
deserve
love.
it.
Thank you. Don't make me cry. I'm a crier too. Big water sign. I'm crying. Go
It's
ahead.
like,
Um,
let it out, let it
but
out, child.
but the thing I really want to leave with everybody: don't ever let anybody tell you that your dreams and your goals are too small. Like you're thinking too big, or you're trying to be too much of yourself. Also, don't ever think that anything that you're doing is stupid because I can remember a time back I auditioned for a Master Chef in 2017. Me and my cousins, we drove all the way to Atlanta with my food, and like we really didn't even have any money. Like we had just enough to get there and get back. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I didn't even make it past the second round of audition. And it was like then I was really like, man, I may as well get this up. Like I shot my shot and it didn't happen. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But Master Chef is like the sister show to Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen is basically like the mama and the daddy. You know, Master Chef is Gordon Ramsay's too.
Mhm.
So I told that story to say this. Look at how 6 years later in September, I'm premiering on Hell's Kitchen. So that's why I would love to tell everybody, like, don't, no matter what you're going through, like, no matter how many naysayers you have, how your back is up against the wall, keep going. You know, like I have a severe personal struggle right now, but people see me and all they see is that I was on TV and, you know, I'm a celebrity chef and this and that. But you'll never know because I'm going to keep going. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to keep a smile on my face. So I just want to give that to everybody. Keep going. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too stupid. Nothing is too hard. Life is gone life. It wouldn't be life if it didn't. But at the same time, don't let life defeat you. Don't let life get you down. You know what I'm saying? Because the only wrong, I guess you would say, answer is no answer at all. So if you don't try, if you don't shoot your shot, that's the only failure. Oh, that's what my dad used to say. Don't nothing beat a failure but a try. And I don't like the word try, but hey, when you try, you giving it all you got. And if it don't work, hey, try something else.
Mhm. That's
That's the
real
best
talk.
thing I can say. If it don't work, try something else. And I don't like the word try, but hey, when you giving it all you got and it's not working, try something else.
Absolutely. So again, oh man, this one of my favorites already. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and watch this
I know I'm gonna go watch it. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna
a
go watch it.
thousand times.
Go watch it. I am gonna go watch it.
But again, I definitely want to thank you for coming on. Before you know what I'm saying, get too big, hopefully I can get you back on here another time, follow up.
Look, anytime. It don't matter if I'm a billionaire. I'll still come.
Yeah. And like I said, I will be there in May. I'm actually coming, like I told you earlier, I'm coming to see my niece and my nephew are about to graduate from high school, so I cannot miss that. So I will be.
Tell them to let me cater the dinner.
When we get off here, I'm gonna call my sister. I'm gonna call my sister. Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, what you want to do? But I guess as we bring it to a close, I mean, there are so many different things I've just in having this conversation I would think about saying. I actually want to keep the conversation going, but
time does not permit.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, about having a dream, having goals, having ambition. And I kind of mention all this kind of stuff all the time, but I just feel like at the end of the day, now granted, God is in control, right? But I do feel like because we had free will, we had a free will to decide how much we're gonna put into something or how we're gonna grind or what the steps we're gonna take in order to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. Hey Monica, hold on. I need you to pull this Everett Ecclesi Hendricks.
Ecclesi!
Oh, that's your folks.
One of the best videographers you ever want to meet. He used to be a rapper with me, but now he is like the best thing behind the camera right now. Yes, that's my brother. Yes.
Everett.
Hey, brother.
We got Everett. We got to link up. We got some moves to make. Now that she don't talk, we gotta link up for real.
That man, he just came from, I think it was Colorado, shooting somebody rap video for them. So yeah, like he shoot music videos. He's been working with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, I gotta shout my brother out. Salute, brother. That's Mississippi finest too. Columbia, Mississippi. Yes.
Okay. All right. See, look, man, 3 Mississippians.
We are grinding out here for real. we telling them Mississippi got something to say. Seriously.
Hit that next one. Let's bring Charles Smith up. This my brother too. Charles Smith. Yeah, hold on. We hitting it. Oh no, hold on. Bring up Everett's last comment.
Everett, you say you still rapping? Well, excuse me, you but promote, sugar. See, I don't do like that. You better let them know.
I see that Mississippi said finna. He finna. Hey, I love it. I just, man, this was really good. I think this was at the end of the day, this is where we were supposed to be. Most definitely. Yeah. Go to Charles Smith. Last comment. There we go. What's up, King? What not, man? Appreciate you, my brother. So Charles Smith, is one of my brothers out here. Is in the fashion industry. Man, sells like some look. Hold on, I gotta say it though. It's only for men though, right? It's only for men. Look, I know, I gotta say it. But if you, but listen to me.
I wear a hat or something. Shoot.
If you want to get right in El Paso, look, I'm talking about Dapper Dan. Look, suits of all kinds.
Come on, stylist.
Huh?
I said, come on, stylist. Can you style women, Mr. Smith?
Hey, look, Charles. She trying to get you into a different bracket, man. She said, hey,
I promise.
But again. Oh, look. Oh, hold on. Pull up the comment, Charles Smith again. Yeah. Do
you need my address to send me some pieces and some ensembles? Because, baby, I do have a nice following going on these platforms now.
I'm gonna make Raneisha, I'm gonna make sure I get you. I'm gonna make sure I tap y'all into each other so we can definitely do some collaborative stuff. But see, before we get out here, that's exactly what I was talking about, right? About the everybody like supporting everybody, right? Like, man, I see Charles all the time, promoting his brand, his business. He has a podcast. I don't know if it has dropped yet or it is on the way. It's on my platform too. I've shared it. So just something for people to think about. If you have not tapped into my brother Charles podcast, I I want to say, quote me if I'm wrong, Charles. It's called a reboot, right? I see. It says on the way. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I will volunteer myself. You have a guest here too, sir.
Look, there you see that. Look, there you go. But again, man, this was really good. It was much needed. What I hope is, I guess my final thoughts is what I hope is whoever took the time to go ahead and listen to it. One, I hope you subscribe to all those platforms. Let me just throw that dig
I
in
know you
there.
can see me side eye, and I've been sharing
Yeah.
over here. That's why, like, I'm literally over here, like, sharing while we talking.
Hey, man, look, I appreciate it. Like, we're gonna get it in.
I know you probably keep looking at the corner of her eye. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of trying to type it.
Well, at least you ain't had to go plug your power up during the show. At least you ain't had that to do. You know what?
Right.
It was getting a little weird over here. Oh yeah, the reboot. Okay, all right. Look, he said, he said, there you go. He said he following you as we speak.
Okay, send a request, and I promise I'll follow you right back. I'm not bougie like that. Like I don't follow the crazies back because I have been getting some crazies. In I'm just I don't like to say that, but y'all would be surprised some of the DMs and messages I've gotten since I've been on this show. So I don't follow everybody back, but I follow you back though.
Raneisha, he's on he has a platform he got social media platforms, right?
Correct.
Can you get when we get off the call, off the show, can you give it to me? That way I can make sure I go follow him, and then we, what I'm saying, we lock in too.
Hey Everett, send me all your stuff in my inbox.
I need that. I'm trying to tap in. Look, 2024 is the year of greatness and nothing. Yeah, hey, that's Mississippi. And it's gonna be look. You know what I'm saying? I got. I'm just saying.
You gotta give me one.
I'm just saying. I had that since I don't had that tattoo since I was like, I think I was like 19 years old.
And that's a shame. I gotta get me one. You just inspired me. Like,
yeah.
I've been saying I want a sleeve, right? I'm gonna get a whole Mississippi sleeve, everything Mississippi. Yup.
Yeah, I love Mississippi. I love coming from me. I love being from Mississippi. I love being born and raised from Mississippi because I feel like it adds so much. I'm gonna switch my tone for a second. I feel like it adds so much context to our stories and how we are at this particular juncture as adults. And you see how I did that? See how I went from being country, then I went to being.
You did your thing. I saw the transition.
Yeah, it's Okay,
well, look at the transition. Well, first, I want to challenge all Mississippians, even though you're not here, but you're still Mississippi. You still represent. I want us to quell that mentality of we have to leave here. I mean, just because we go other places to outsource our income, we don't have to leave Mississippi. See, Mississippi is still in you. You in El Paso, but it's still Mississippi all day, every day. That's your residence right now. That's just where you're located right now. You're making your funds. But Mississippi has not left you, right?
Not at all.
So that's the thing that I want to challenge anybody that's listening to us, that's looking at us. If you are a Mississippian, please, whatever you do in 2024, leave that gotta leave Mississippi mentality where it's at. Like this year, can we start training our minds to not neglect our home, but at the same time, we know we can outsource somewhere else. There's nothing wrong with outsourcing somewhere. When I grew up, my dad worked offshore. He actually worked overseas. He worked in Thailand, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, all that kind of stuff, right? But his home was always in Foxworth, Mississippi. Like he never not told you he was from Mississippi. I've seen people who literally leave here and you'll be like, well, where you from? Atlanta. No, you're not. You just moved over there. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give that to us. Like, if we can't do anything else, can we please take that mentality of we got to leave Mississippi. There's nothing here. I mean, it's too many resources and too many prominent people here. And I'm not just talking about the Sprite people. I'm talking about the Coke colored people. It's enough of us here that we can make some things happen. But until we shake that, well, the foot is on the neck, we can't do this won't do this. Basically, shake that negative mind frame. Keep Mississippi in your heart. Keep those values because there's nobody like us out here. I want people to understand that there's nobody like Mississippians out here. You see, you are in El Paso and you got Mississippi out there in their mouth. You see what I'm saying? So there's nobody like us and there never will be. And yes, I'm cocky. Yes, I'm going to flip my hair and I'm going to throw my M's up on that. There's nobody in this world on this earth like a Mississippian. And if there's no Mississippians out here who don't feel that way about themselves, well, baby, let's start on January the 8th. You are the best thing that has ever happened to this planet because you are a Mississippi American. Thank you.
Oh, look, man, look, hey, Mike drop. Yeah, so yeah, I just again, I want to thank you for coming on. Like she said, I mean, it's 2024. Hey, here we go. Gotta bring up. You bring up that last comment. Just want to throw this on here. So I want the people, watching. Don't forget where you come from, but sometimes by your market, more support will come to you. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That is definitely dope. Okay.
And yes, you are most definitely Coca-Cola brown. Ain't no chocolate. We are Coke colored.
Hey, look, look, I see we on one today. I'm feeling this energy. Look, I'm gonna carry this. I'm gonna carry this all the way through 2024 just because it's a good vibe. If nothing else, if I leave you guys and ladies and gentlemen with nothing else, I want you to listen to the positivity in which we spoke in the message we tried to convey today. Some people, you might not necessarily agree with everything was said, but ultimately what we were trying to get you to understand is whatever it is you want to do in life, no matter where you're from, Mississippi, Timbuktu, Okalaka, Florida, Arkansas. Hey, see what I'm saying? She said, "Hey, bro, y'all cutting up good vibes." Yeah, that's my sister right there. I appreciate you. So just know, whatever it is you want to do, it can be done. Now, it might not necessarily be the easy path, but at the end of the day, I feel like this, and I've said this since I was 2 years old. Now, I was gonna say since I could talk, right? But then people gonna think it took me to 2 years old before I could talk, so I had to reel it back. I was talking before then, but
don't give us the Captain Cat now. Don't give us the Captain Cat.
No. I graduated. Look, I graduated high school at 5. I was out of there.
Bro, I was 3. What?
But I feel like if at the end of the day, if not us, then who? Because as long as I got breath in me and the Lord allows me to do what I do, I'm gonna keep on chasing the things that I'm passionate about. I'm gonna keep having these candid conversations. We're gonna keep on having real conversations. One thing I love about it is nobody controls what I say when I get on my platform. I say what Marcus wants to say. So these are all, all my thoughts. A lot of times, you might listen to other shows and it's, obviously some of it's scripted to an extent, but a lot of these thoughts come from someone else and not the host.
Right.
These are 100% my thoughts, and anybody who knows me, this is how I talk in real life too. So, again,
the only thing you did was get me not to curse, but I talk like that. But that's something you have. I'm so proud of myself today that I have not said a potty word. Thank you, Marcus.
No, thank you, Raneisha. I'm glad you didn't say a potty word either, because once you put it out in the universe, we can't reel it back. But
and if y'all seen my episodes on Hell's Kitchen, I can say some potty words. So
yeah, I seen a couple of them. Yeah, you got out there, look, but it's okay. Tension was kind of high,
y'all just don't even understand.
But I just want to thank everybody for listening. I could tell by looking at the comments, people had a lot of fun. People was laughing. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of, oh man, you so country, but I love it though. I love it. I rock with you. You my boy with your country. Hey, but just remember, if you know me, then you know your boy. I got a couple degrees too.
Thank you. Same here. Like you see how I had to switch it up. I got my serious moment, and I know how to code switch. But at the same time,
yeah,
I did grow up on dirt roads, and yeah, so
yeah,
there's that.
I grew up in the North End for you Jacksonians. You know what it is, right down the street from the stadium. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not far from Edgar Evans Boulevard. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Capital.
Yeah.
Look, yeah. Capital Street.
But I want to invite you all tune in to the next episode of Real Talk with Marcus McCoy. It is going to be a great one. Got some surprises in store for the new year. I ask you to keep supporting the channel. Definitely support my people, Raneisha. And until then, El Paso, it's been real.